Good day, I'm Ian van die Kerk, the chairperson of the Doringkloof Residents Association. You know, there's a saying, a hero does not appear until the world needs one. I truly believe this is true of the Doringkloof community. Our community is a hero in the making. We are destined for far more than what we are currently experiencing. We have only started implementing a community model that caters for the entire community. This model consists of 8 community areas that have to be addressed in balance to ensure a sustainable growth for the community over the long run. It's of utmost importance that the leadership of the community must create the structures and the infrastructure for the community spheres to be implemented and achieved. As a community of leaders, we live by choice and not by accident. We foresee that there might be stormy conditions and situations in our country and in municipalities in the near future regarding service delivery and infrastructure maintenance due to various reasons. It is in times such as this that the only safe ship in a storm is leadership. Leadership with a vision, a methodology, and an action plan to steer and to guide and to safeguard all spheres of our community. The ultimate measure of a community is not where it stands in moments of comfort, but where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. We want to take you on a quick journey through the last 12 months of what was implemented, achieved and addressed in the Doringkloof community.
Good day, my name is Graham Uslock. I am the chairman of the Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch. The Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch effectively started in 2006 when residents decided to band together and had enough and wanted to fight crime, standing together and combating the high levels of crime that was in the area. From an initial group of 3 members, the Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch has rapidly grown to over 400 members over the years. From 2007 to 2017, serious crime incidents have averaged about 2 per week. But the objective of the Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch is to combat that to lower than 1 incident per week. We are working effectively to try and combat that and drop that level every week. Our options when fighting crime is passive defense, active defense, and outsourcing defense. Our passive defense meaning to close off the suburb and erect and access control. However, closing the whole of Doringkloof was beyond the financial means of the Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch, even if approval was received from the local municipality. Active defense meaning that the residents organize themselves to prevent crime and to actively engage in fighting and preventing crime on a daily basis. And outsourcing, meaning we go into partnerships with companies, security companies like Copwatch and MonitorNet, and they help us in curbing and fighting crime in our community and neighborhood. Over the years, many Doringkloof members have shown a willingness to react to calls of support in helping their fellow neighbor in times of need. And that is one of the things that has made the Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch such a strong community to live in and a strong neighbourhood watch. Mass visual patrols, individual patrols, organized patrols, and garden patrols with also 4-minute lookouts is done on a daily basis. We have mass patrols once to twice a month. We have individual patrols on a daily basis. Sometimes 24 hours a day we have a patroller out on the road, driving through the area, trying to prevent by spotting crimes and helping people when crimes are called in. We have ongoing organized patrols on a daily basis. And we also have garden patrols, 4-minute lookouts that are called by the coordinators, sometimes once, twice, 4 times a day, where people and residents are encouraged to go out and see what's going on in the streets and call it back and see if they can spot anything that's out of the ordinary in their streets and outside their houses. The Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch also has coordinators operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, with the coordinators ensuring maximum effective efforts to combat crime, always being on call for when residents are in distress or need help on the radio. I hope this short little briefing on the Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch helps you to better understand the Neighbourhood Watch and understand what we do as a Neighbourhood Watch and community. And I hope that you as a Doringkloof resident who is not yet a Neighbourhood Watch member thinks about joining the Neighbourhood Watch and helping to keep Doringkloof a safe and better place for our families, our children and future generations to come.
Hi everyone, I'm Marianne Sieberhagen and I represent the Care Committee. Amongst the reality of a community watch, broken streetlights or leaking pipes, all people really long to live in peace. We want to grow personally and we have the need to be taken care of. In Doringkloof Care, we are busy creating such a platform within the DRA vision where this can happen. We re-establish a community where we can live, we can work, and we can grow together and start to understand what a unified community looks like. We add our gifts and passion and time, and that creates a safe place where we can serve and we can receive according to who we are. In Care, we do not talk on radios, but we open our doors for one another. We communicate through hugs and visits and food parcels and flowers and prayer and coffee.
Hi, I'm Zimi. We moved to this neighborhood last year and we were visited by one of the ladies from the Doringkloof Care group. She was so warm and welcoming and had a gift for us, which is very exciting. At that moment, that's when I also joined the Doringkloof Care group. I was so happy to be part of a family that is loving, that is caring, and also prays for the rest of all the families in Doringkloof. Doringkloof is not just a community, it is a family.
Volunteers join and they provide their skills to make a difference where they feel comfortable. Some make gifts for new residents, others visit the sick, some collect clothes and food, some assist with financial advice, others serve through established community projects. There are individuals that started fellowships and support groups. They organize prayer walks and various activities for children. Others give things that we can sell or invite lonely people for Christmas lunch or visit a family to bless a new baby on his arrival. People even offered their skills and developed a full training program for our domestic workers that we can kick off as soon as we have the capacity and assistance to do so. From time to time, we need to provide professional assistance during a time of grief or trauma. The coordinators send out counsellors or social workers, first aid specialists or whatever might be needed, besides calling the police or ambulance. To lose a family member or spouse is a huge trauma, and we offer our care and help. There's always a vehicle to offer a lift or someone to deliver a meal or take a pet to the vet. A prayer group communicates weekly and gets so involved in real life situations. We cried and prayed and celebrated when a lost child was found. We pray for our marriages and finances, our children and the neighborhood watch, for the volunteers and the patrollers and our leaders. We realize that we cannot enter every house with a knock on the door, but we have activities where we involve families and invite everybody to our reach out and care for the community. The Dove Release and Prayer Minute in Janssen Park was a special event, as well as the Christmas carols. People are also invited to drop their prayer and other requests in red mailboxes in our streets or to communicate with us through SMS and email. Information and news also reach us through the valuable Street Captain network. Each household should make sure you get your free Doringkloof map to find your way and visit a neighbour. And remember your fun mug to invite them for coffee. We thank you, Doringkloof, for giving us a place where we can live our passion and serve with our individual skills in the way and time available to us. Join us, dear community member. You are God's missionary in Doringkloof.
Hi there, I'm Jessica Viljoen and I run the public relations portfolio for the Doringkloof Residents Association. I've really enjoyed spending so much time this year helping our Doringkloof community connect in lots of different ways. The Street Captain initiative that began in 2016 has really taken off really well, with a street group for almost every street in Doringkloof. this really helps streamline our communication, whether it's got to do with info from the Residents Association or the Neighbourhood Watch, or water and power outages, or specific issues in the streets where neighbours can help each other. Some of the streets have hosted street braais or street picnics in the Spruit, which have really gone really well, and if you haven't done this yet, get going. Get your neighbours together and get to know each other. The annual Cafe Braai, each August, is always a lot of fun. We host this at the Sonia Street Fatima Cafe, and the Neighbourhood Watch sells boerie rolls. The Neighbourhood Watch radio is also sold at a discounted rate, which is always a bonus point. If you don't have a radio yet, get here in August. Another successful event was the car boot sale that we held in December. This was held in Janssen Park, and this was also for the Neighbourhood Watch awareness. The Neighbourhood Watch sold reflective jackets and patroller magnets, and there was a variety of stalls available where the residents sold second-hand goods, arts and crafts, and eats were available as well. Last year we started a Doringkloof Facebook group, which is just called Doringkloof Residents, and this has grown really nicely. It's another platform to advertise, connect with your neighbours, and ask questions. Our various WhatsApp groups have grown very nicely as well. There's 2 big general groups. There's a classifieds group for advertising. There's a patrollers group for the active patrollers. There's a pets group for the lost and found pets, which is really close to many of our hearts. Talking about the pets, I've really enjoyed being involved in the community where they find the lost animals. The Doringkloof community has a really successful track record when it comes to finding these pets and reuniting them with their owners. Last year we started sending monthly newsletters with info from the different communities, forums and subcommittees. This helps to keep everyone up to date, and our website, which is www.doringkloof.net, will also give some more info if you need that. All in all, I think our communication is becoming nicely streamlined, and I look forward to more community events and participation. Thank you so much.
Good day, I'm Ian van die Kerk, the chairman of the Doringkloof Business Forum. The Doringkloof Business Forum was established in the last quarter of 2017. It was created to assist the local Doringkloof businesses with aspects such as forming new business networks, exchanging business ideas, creating opportunities for advertising, and training opportunities for businesses. It also was created to as a place to socialize and to grow the business owners. We meet every second Thursday of the month at the local Doringkloof Mall at one of the restaurants. We socialize and network from 6 o'clock, and then we start our formal meeting from around about 7 o'clock. Each business represented gets a chance to introduce themselves and market their products and services. We also invite keynote speakers to address the business owners on relevant topics such as 5 strategies to increase your profit, the impact of the VAT increase, and then also we had a topic 5 ways to fine-tune your business. One of our regular slots at the meeting is the community voice agenda item. In this slot, we give one of our community initiatives or forums or clubs the opportunity to introduce their operations to our local businesses for sponsorship or involvement. We started a WhatsApp group, Doringkloof Classifieds, where Doringkloof residents can advertise any unwanted items, or where businesses can advertise their products, service or vacant positions they have. This group is a very active group in Doringkloof. One of the big projects the Business Forum is currently steering is the rollout of the fibre optic throughout the entire Doringkloof neighbourhood. The estimation is that this will be implemented within the next 9 to 12 months. We want to invite you to become part of the Doringkloof Business Forum.
Good day, I'm Bernice Swanepoel and I represent the Civic Affairs portfolio. This past term, the Civic Affairs Committee has handled in excess of 200 issues raised by residents in Doringkloof. These range from a myriad of issues from broken streetlights to broken dustbins. Our success is attributed to the good working relationship we have with our ward councillor, Mr. Gert Visser, and the tireless work he puts in on our behalf. Without him, none of our success would be possible. The most contentious issue handled this past term was the proposed RSDF and the potential implications it has on Doringkloof and the surrounds. We would like to thank the community for rallying behind us and making their voices heard. Council has informed us that the most comments came from Ward 65, and we have you to thank for making them hear us. To guide residents in complying with municipal bylaws and achieving the desired development outcomes for Doringkloof. In the next term, Civic Affairs aims to launch recycling initiatives and various Adopt a Park initiatives in Doringkloof to reclaim our open spaces and make it an attractive neighbourhood for all. If you would like to be part of the Civic Affairs Committee, please contact us on civics@doringkloof.net.
Good evening. My name is Marie de la Rey. I'm the chairman of Friends of Doringkloof Spruit. Doringkloof Spruit was established in 2008 in August because we wanted to bring nature into our area, to bring the wetland, which we then discovered the Spruit was because we did some soil tests, and we wanted to bring the wetland to its full potential and to manage an area that was being neglected. FODS is a non-profit voluntary group. We started by planting 200 trees in the Spruit in 2008. Pick and Pay, the schools and plant nurseries were involved. We've got some photographs that you can look at. Some of them you can see there how the Spruit was quite bare and there was no plant life, no natural growth was there. And we had a snake talk in November 2009. In the Spruit, people came, it was very interesting. Apart from the community involvement and the partnership with City of Tshwane Nature Conservation and an affiliation with WESA, we also entered competitions offered by GDOD and we won prizes. With this money we could then do lots of things that we wanted to do in the Spruit to develop it. We put up fences, a new deck for the bird hide. We had notice boards put up, benches. FODS had a lot of ups and downs, but these challenges we met and we also had a lot of fun. There were unplanned fires, floods, pollution, poaching and plant parasites. We also did, the nice things we did was bird watching, moonlight meanders, bat identifying and catch and release, and nature had a lot of surprises. Here we can see the bird watching gang, interesting birds at different times of the year. We also did a bat catch and release earlier this year. We caught a little female Cape serotine bat, measured her, weighed her, and by that we could identify then what she was. This we did with an expert bat lady, Dr. Teresa Carney, who helped us, and she's very knowledgeable. We've done education and awareness of school children. The school children joined us when we were planting our trees. They learnt a lot about how trees grow and what they need to be able to grow. The domestic workers game drives have been very, very beneficial to these ladies that have joined us. They've absolutely loved it. We also then have cleanups, because even though the Spruit is a wetland, it cleans the water, but the plastic stays behind. So we have to get rid of that plastic manually. This is quite labor intensive. We clean up once a month on the first Saturday of the month. In the 10 years that we've been a friends group, we have collected hundreds and thousands of bags. The Spruit also, I need to say, goes into the Henops River, and the Henops River eventually filters through into the Hartbeespoort Dam, from where we get our water. So it's very, very important that we try and feed this river with clean water. FODS members help us clean. We've had Irene Brownies and the Scouts have helped us clean. We also needed to, one day last year we decided to have a Spruit dog walk just to create some awareness, and decided to choose a worthy charity as beneficiary. This is an animal rehabilitation center in our area. the last photograph is just a photo of our FODS committee at our 100th meeting on the 30th of November.
Hi, my name is Russell Marshall from the Environmental Committee Forum residents. I'm here today to report back on the ECF, short for Environmental Committee Forum. The ECF in different formats has been in existence since the early 1900s. It was formed primarily to address the environmental issues impacting Doringkloof and surrounding residential areas that originated from the operations of the Littleton Dolomite Mine. How this is structured is the primary forum consists of the Littleton Dolomite Mine, the area industry companies, councillors, government, monitor specialists, residents, and the Tshwane municipality. Of importance is the dust fallout monitoring, which has been undertaken on a monthly basis. On your screen now, you should see a dust fallout collection bucket graph. Those items in red have been over the dust fallout collection for standards. However, there are other items that indicate when it becomes a major problem. Buerta roads bordering the mine remains a problem due to the large volume of trucks that use the road. Mine cleans the road with water and the cleaning machine when available. A recent project to use sprinklers to reduce the dust fallout was undertaken but stopped due to complaints received. Cement mixing at Lafarge should be managed by not allowing any of the water to move from the mining right area. If water is available, the water downstream in the council or canal should be sampled. So, what is the overview of our 2017-2018 year? The good news is the scope has been expanded to involvement in other environmental issues. Liaison with the Environment and Agricultural Management Department has led to a written notice to Shabantic Concrete to implement a dust fall monitoring program. Closure of the mine powder plant eliminated the main disturbing noise factor, and agreement has been reached with the mine to set out agreed working times. We have followed up on valid incidents raised and resolutions thereof. Attendance of all the meetings has been undertaken and improved communication channels have been created. Repair of the mine's Buerta Road perimeter fence and clearance of the bush for visibility. This is especially important to limit escape routes for criminals as requested by the Doringkloof Neighbourhood Watch. Where to now? The Residents ECF Committee is urgently looking for volunteers to fill open ECF resident portfolios. If anyone out there would like to volunteer, it would be appreciated if you contact us. To tackle the Buerta Road dust problem and infrastructure damaged by the heavy-duty vehicles, frequently Buerta Road and internal resident roads is prime on the agenda for this coming year. To improve feedbacks to the residents and businesses operating in the area needs to occur. For further information, you may contact me, Russell, on the email address environment@doringkloof.net, which should be on the screen now.
Hi, I'm Hanan. I'm standing in for Elani Erasmus, the chairperson of the Doringkloof Sport Club. The Doringkloof Sport Club was started with the idea to create a platform where residents can exercise together in the safety of the neighborhood. Currently, a few people are meeting on a daily basis at the Sonia Cafe to start their 3 to 6 kilometer power walk. If you are a beginner, you are most welcome. The Sport Club is also planning a fun run at the primary school in the future. More details will be communicated. The Sport Club will also try to inform residents when there are planned marathons or fun walks going through our neighborhood.
Residents must take notice that we are not always aware of it until a day or two before the event. Please bear with us in such cases. The organisers normally do their utmost best to accommodate traffic and clean up afterwards. Also remember, we have a local tennis club functioning independently. We invite you to become part of our Doringkloof Sport Club. For more information on the sports club, please visit our website at www.doringkloof.net or send us an email to sport@doringkloof.net.
What you have just seen and experienced is the dedication and the hard work of many people, countless hours, days and nights. As the current leadership, we are building on the shoulders of the previous leaders, on the foundation they have laid for us to take this community to the next level. I want to conclude with the following. Before we were a leaders community, success was all about growing ourselves. When we become a leaders community, success is all about growing and helping others, other people, other communities. I want to invite you, will you take hands with us to grow Doringkloof to its rightful place as a community to lead during times of challenge and controversy. For more information, please visit our website at doringkloof.net or send us an email to div@doringkloof.net. I thank you.